Hi folks. So I just learned about something new in Visual Studio, and I've been using Visual Studio honestly since it came out, in the late 90s. Been using it ever since. This is Visual Studio 2022 Preview Edition that has, new preview features, Community Edition. And I just learned about something that I don't know how long it's been in there, but I was today years old when I learned that you can include library classes in the class diagrams. So let me show you what I'm talking about. This is some code for something I call the XWPF document parser. It reads some Office documents, Word documents that I save from Google Drive uh, to populate these tables that have Black history information in them. We end up storing them in JSON data, but we have folks who put in the information in Google Doc. I save it as Word document, and then drop them all in my documents folder, and have actually it's a test project, a unit test project that I use as the sort of the shell to run the thing. And I parse all the documents. So it just goes through each table because they're two, basically, two word tables. So I have it go through the tables, blah 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 blah. And this is all the code that does that. Okay, great. I'm using a library called NPOI that has this class called XWPF document. And for some time, you've had the go to definition that recently started reverse engineering the code and will show you, the code for library classes. So you can do things like browse the different methods and things like that. You can't step through it in debug mode, but it's a pretty nice feature to be able to examine third-party code that you have. Okay, great. So for many years, I've been using the class diagram, right? I'm a real visual kind of developer, so I'm going to create a quick class diagram. I'm just going to call it classes. That's what I usually call these things. And in my class diagram, I can take my document parser and drag it and drop it in here. And okay, great. I've got my different methods. I can display full signature and wonderful. And this is great for things like showing associations between the different classes. I don't have properties in this one, but you could have arrows that would represent. I might be able to do it with the parse. No. Actually, no, because there's no connection between the two. Forget what I'm talking about. Yeah, if I had, lots of classes that would derive from other things and, connected in better ways, you could. This is just a utility project. So anyway, so it would be really cool if I could see let me split this. If I could see the properties and stuff inside the third-party XPF document, so that might help me, be able to learn how to, learn what other methods were in there. So I actually asked ChatGPT-4, which, gave me a little hallucination. It told me that I could go into the class diagram and do toolbox and choose items, etc., etc. And this is almost true. Toolbox items really are for visual components, so if you try to browse and add this, that don't work. What did work was using something that's been in Visual Studio since dirt, the object browser. The object browser shows you for all of the packages that you've got loaded, lets you browse all the classes. So to avoid the noise, I'm going to copy the name of this XWPF document and paste that into my search, so it just, filters out everything but that one class. Come on. Come on. There we go. All right. And I think from here I can drag into my class diagram, and voila, I now have a visual representation of all of the properties and methods, in the document class. So, a bit easier. Now, unlike my classes, which I can edit down here, I can go down here and add new properties and, and stuff like that. Double click on it, go to the code, um, so it does all sorts of neat stuff like that if it's your code. This is not my code, so I can't do anything but look at it, but it gives me a nice simple way of analyzing everything that's in the class from one place. And again, so been using Visual Studio for over 2 decades, and I just learned that I can put that in the class diagram today. So, this is why, I've been a Visual Studio user since dirt and plan to keep using it, forever, whatever. Anyway, take care, folks. Later.